Renae Bunster sells $8,000 worth of her hot chili sauce every day. Not bad for an ex-journo who went to South America for a relaxing holiday and came back with a business idea that would completely change her world. Oh, and when I say hot chili sauce, I mean...
It's hot. Damn hot. Real hot. Hotter than this is my shorts. I can cook things in it. Little crotch pot cooking. It's damn hot.
Oh, I love that grab from, Good Morning Vietnam. Hey, before we get stuck into episode 401 of the Small Business Big Marketing Show, the marketing gold is made possible thanks to Prosper and Design Crowd. Prosper, you're going to love it. It's Australia's #1 online lender to small businesses. And you can quickly apply online for loans up to $250,000, get a fast decision, and in most cases receive the funding in under 24 hours. Call 1300 882 867. Tell them Timbo sent you. And check out Design Crowd, the world's #1 custom design marketplace, where with access to 550,000 designers and some very good ones in there, I've got to tell you, you'll get the perfect design every time. Get $100 off your brief at designcrowd.com/Timbo.
Well, I said, welcome to a small business marketing show, where successful small business owners share their souls to take your marketing straight to the lead. Now, here's your host, Mr. Timbo Reid.
And welcome back to the Small Business Big Marketing Show. I'm your host, Timbo Reid. You, infinitely more importantly, you're a motivated business owner ready to crank out some great marketing to build that beautiful business of yours into the empire it deserves to be. Big show today. Hot show today. Very hot. Ex-journalist turned hot chili sauce maker Renae Bunster. Well, she's going to share how she's creating a global empire from her kitchen. And by the way, if you've got kids around, it is time to get out the Lego or the Play-Doh, your call, as the S-bomb is dropped during my chat with Renae a number of times, mainly because her product name, brand name, has the S-bomb firmly and squarely in it. Melbourne SEO's David Jennings explains the importance of suburb pages in helping your website rank well. I'll get that out finally. Listener Ryan has a great idea for past guest Wally Corley, which we can all use in our businesses, I reckon. It's all about partnerships. And I help listener Adam buy an online business. As per usual, team, there is marketing GOLD dripping from the ceiling over here at Small Business Big Marketing's HQ. So let's get stuck right in.
Do you need a speaker for your next conference? Recommend Timbo to your event organiser. Or better still, book him. Tim Reid, that's reid.com.au.
Righto, so I got an email from listener Adam Auld. Is that how you pronounce it? AULD. He says, "Hi Timbo." G'day Adam. "I recently purchased your book, The Boomerang Effect, which I am reading voraciously." I thought it said vicariously, but it says voraciously. You can buy my book over at smallbusinessbigmarketing.com. I've also recommended and downloaded some of your podcasts for a friend of mine who is starting out in his own physio business. Thank you. I have a quick question for you. I'm interested in buying an online business that is for sale, though I'm not overly keen on the current business name and branding. The website is also quite basic. Well, I'm liking it because it sounds like an undermarketed business, and they're good ones to buy if you know what you're doing. From a marketing point of view, and if you listen to the show, you will. Adam goes on to say the positive is that they already have overseas suppliers in place. Timbo, is it worth buying an existing business if you lose the goodwill through rebranding? Cheers, Adam. Well, Adam, that's a good question, buddy, and well done for you for giving due consideration to that, because many don't. I know someone who bought a business recently with great business, great brand, and just went in and completely redid it, like weird. My answer to your question, Adam, is maybe. It depends how much goodwill there is in the existing brand. You know, if there's massive amounts, then it would sort of raise the question, why would you change that? It sounds like what's attracted you to this business is the overseas supply relations and not the brand. So something much more rational than the emotional branding. But if I were you, I'd go out and ask it if you can get access to the existing customers of the business, suppliers of the business and staff of the business and get their views on the brand. Now, that might be difficult, or maybe the current business owner would be happy to open up those lines of communication. Now, if these people speak really emotionally about the brand, they say, oh, I love it, it's the best, et cetera, using those really highly emotionally charged words, then it's probably a brand worth keeping, right? If they're kind of like lackluster about it, and maybe in talking to these people, they may say, look, there's plenty of room for growth, then you're onto something. So that's what I do, Adam. Pay great attention to the brand which you're doing. A brand is an emotional attachment. It is a massive asset in a business. But get out there and ask customers, suppliers, staff what they think of the brand. Over the coming weeks, you and I will be meeting some amazing business owners and marketers. We're going to catch up with serial entrepreneur Robbie Ball, who at the ripe old age of 25 already has a watch and a sneaker brand, and schoolteacher turned prolific author of 12 books, Sharon Witt, who's using some extensive media coverage that she's getting, TV, radio, press, to build a really strong personal brand. Lots of good stuff coming up for you. But that brings us to today's guest, ex-journo Renae Bunster, who during a massive holiday in Mexico, Belize, Costa Rica, fell in love with their delicious fresh hot sauces. And upon returning to her hometown in Perth, she couldn't find anything that hit the spot, so she felt compelled to make her own. Friends who'd never even liked chilli before were suddenly kicking down her door for the stuff, and it very quickly turned into a thriving business, with Renae sending her sauce all over Australia. Things got serious, however, when she raised $250,000 through a crowdfunding campaign, allowing her to produce and sell much larger quantities. Her hot sauce is called Bunsters, and her flagship product is called Shi The Bed. Yep. You heard right. Now, Bunsters is the number 2 selling hot sauce on Amazon behind the tried and tested Sriracha, and she's doing a lazy $8,000 per day in sales. I think you're going to love the marketing insights Renae shares as we cover everything from the importance of a brand name to the risks associated with discounting to how to know what truly drives your customers, and plenty of other things, plenty of other marketing insights we cover as well. And be sure to hang around after the interview, because Renae emailed me some great tips around customer service and also some developments that have happened for her on Amazon US. I started off by asking Renae where the idea for Bunsters came from.
Well, a holiday to Mexico. I came back to Perth and I bought all the hot sauces I could find, and none of them were tasty. So I started making my own. And because they were so delicious, I put so many great ingredients in there, I gained fans really quickly because I started selling it to the public. And they just kept saying, make it hotter, make it hotter, make it hotter. So I eventually thought, I'm going to make one so hot, no one will be able to eat this. This is going to be so hot, it's going to make people shit the bed. And I called it Shi The Bed. And it went viral, and everyone in America wanted it. Everyone all over Australia wanted it. People in the UK wanted it. So it's kind of broken there.
Love the story already. No wonder I got you on. So let's just track back a little bit there. Did you go to Mexico looking for a business idea, or were you lying on a hammock over there and it came to you in a moment of kind of clarity?
I never thought it would be a business, but I was just backpacking. We'd packed up our lives in London and spent 3 or 4 months, maybe longer, backpacking through Mexico and Central America. A lot of people do that when they're in between countries, moving home from the UK to Australia, and just spent a lot of time lying on a beach. And I honestly believe this is where all your best ideas come from, when you're lying on a beach without the stresses of the world. And I just thought, about this recipe, constantly about the recipe. And pretty much the first batch of sauce I made is the recipe that it is now.
Wow. What's your background there? Were you, prior to that, a chef of sorts? Because you've been in journalism, haven't you, for a long time?
Had absolutely no food training at all. I was, TV journo. I worked for, Reuters, BBC, CNN, Associated Press.
Were you someone who liked to cook?
Not even.
See, I love these stories because I'm trying to figure out how the Renae, journalist-trained Renae, living the dream in London, gets to Mexico and next thing she knows arrives back home in Australia to invent a hot sauce that's gone nuts.
Yeah, within a year I had people just demanding that I make more and more of it. I don't know.
Were you looking for a business idea that could be yours as opposed to going back and working for the man?
We already had a business. That was the thing. I think that we'd already we had our tuning forks set to we want to be digital nomads, and we'd set up this business making personalised children's books, which is a business that we could run from the internet. And we were setting that up when we got back to Perth and, getting that all happening. So we were in the mindset of I want a business.
Aha. So there was kind of an open door there. You being you and hubby, correct?
Yes, me and Monkey Boy.
Monkey Boy. Listeners, Renae informed me that husband's name is Monkey Boy prior to hitting record. So very lovingly called Monkey Boy, I'm assuming, Renae.
Yes, but all of the mistakes, it's always down to Monkey Boy.
Of course.
It's never me.
Never you. No, you and my wife should get together. So, okay, so you come back, you've gone, you know what, I can't find a hot sauce that really does it for me. You have come up with this recipe, you start making it the minute you get back home, and over the course of a year, you've kind of finally gone, I think we're onto something?
Yeah, I went to the chili festival in Perth and my parents already sold chili wine. So I stood alongside them one year and we sold 1,000 bottles in a weekend. Which is probably the most anyone's ever sold at the chili festival for a bottle of sauce that's over $10. And that's when I thought, this is something I could actually make money out of here.
Was that Shit the Bed?
That wasn't even Shit the Bed. That was a sauce that's probably as hot as my weakest sauce now.
Right.
So everything's, all the weak ones gone, and we just keep getting hotter and hotter.
So I'm guessing the 1,000 bottles that you sold at the Chili Festival, which is essentially a market, I guess, were done in a fairly home-style way, out of the kitchen, your bottles bought from a third party, handwritten labels, and it was all fairly, hokey-pokey, correct?
Yep, absolutely. Friends come over thinking that they were going to, have a glass of wine and a chat, and I'm like, sit there and label.
I love it. So, and then you go, okay, we've just sold 1,000 bottles, time to get serious. What did getting serious look like?
I kept doing that for about 2 years just at home because I was going to university and I actually studied a bit of marketing. But it was when I invented Shit the Bed at the end of 2014, literally 3 years ago to the day, and it went viral. And my husband wasn't working at the time, so he would sit in the lounge room boxing up bottles of sauce to package up and send out, and I'd be in the kitchen cooking all day long. And we used every last glass bottle in Western Australia, every last bit of chili in Western Australia, and we just had to stop. And then we thought, okay, we need to run a crowdfunding campaign because we need to go to a factory. And the sky's the limit with this. It didn't matter how much we made, it just sold instantly.
When you say it went viral, what went viral?
A photo of Shit the Bed.
No.
Yeah.
I shit you not, you should have said. Would have been much better. You put a photo, on Facebook?
Yeah, actually, one of the bottle shops that stocked my sauce, he put it up. And I didn't even think to put the photo on Facebook. And Elliot at Main Liquor put it up, and he just said, look at this, Buns, it's had 20 shares. And I thought, maybe I'll put one on my page. And then it went ballistic. All of my fans shared it. Everyone who saw it shared it. They just thought that a hot sauce with that name was the funniest thing they'd ever seen. So
let's pull apart the name because it's funny and there's so many lines and we're going to giggle all the way along this interview and it's your life now because you came up with it. But I've seen a quote from you saying you attribute the success of Bunsters Hot Sauces, in particular Shit the Bed, but you've got a hot sauce, you've got a chili chocolate as well, to the name Shit the Bed. Is that like is that the main thing that you attribute success to?
It gets people's attention and they buy it for the joke, but then they taste it and they taste that it's actually one of the finest hot sauces that they've ever tasted because we put so much emphasis on ingredients, good quality ingredients. So when you go into a business like this, you can either decide to be the cheapest or the best. And everyone in the middle just kind of has a lame outcome, a so-so outcome. So you can either be the best quality and the most expensive, or you can be the cheapest and go after that Tabasco sriracha kind of market. And we thought, you know what, let's just go the best. And I've never skimped on ingredients ever.
So the name was critical in getting attention, but it's all very well to get attention. You're not going to get repeat purchase if the product's no good. Your product is Ace. What's Ace about it?
Ace, the heat, honestly. The most expensive thing in chili is, in a chili sauce, is the chili. And that's where hot sauce makers skimp. They'll add water because adding water makes the burn feel hotter. You know when you have those sauces and they just like stab your tongue and it's really uncomfortable? We don't add any water. We get the finest organic biodynamic chilies that we can get our hands on, and we often speak to our supplier and we just buy his whole year's worth. It's really hard to get the chili. That's the one thing that stops us from being able to produce as much as we want. So that is really key. And hot sauce lovers, imagine people who love a really fine car, like my neighbour has a Bentley, I'm into Porsches. You're going to get in a Hyundai and you just know the difference. And that's the same thing with hot sauce lovers, they know the difference.
Gee, it sounds like there's a bit of a tribe already established. For someone who gets it right in this category of hot sauces, there's a tribe ready to give you plenty of advice, I'm guessing, good and bad.
Yeah, and once you get into this scene, which I never knew about, there's lots of reviewers online and there's all these communities and clubs, and there's already this established tribe of hot sauce lovers. And I've got in there by having a really high-quality sauce, and they rave about it to each other. So this is one of my key business points when people say, I want to start a business and quit my job. Find something that people are passionate about. Find one of these little subsets of the community or the world, subreddits, where people just rave about something, and half the job is done for you marketing-wise because you impress them and they tell their friends and job done.
I like that. So what you're saying is if there's someone listening thinking, I wouldn't mind starting a business of mine, and there's a few cubicle escapees who listen to this show, Renae, who are stuck working for the man and just looking for that way out. So you reckon get onto something like a Reddit or a BuzzFeed and maybe see what's getting the most response and where the passion is, and maybe look for a product or service in that industry, right?
Yeah, but make sure you're interested in it as well. So
yeah.
I see these blokes, these middle-aged blokes, we call them mammals.
Careful.
You're one of them.
Well, I had to go up bike riding. You're referring to the blokes on bikes?
Yes.
Yeah, in Lycra?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they love it. And they spend so much money on their bikes and their Lycra and their padded bum pants that look like testicles hanging out the back.
Hello to all you mammals.
Sorry?
I said hello to all you mammals.
G'day, mammals. Love ya.
Right.
Love ya.
So what about them?
That is, for instance, a business where people are absolutely passionate. You go down to a bike shop, a weekend bike shop. Those weekend warriors are down there spending their cash, although they can buy a lot of that online. But, that's an example of something where people are passionate about it.
That's great advice. Tell me, I understand another tipping point for Shi The Bed was getting your US Amazon listing? Yeah, there's so many hurdles. How?
Just to get your sauce, a food product, imported into America. I've one of my mentors is Carolyn Cresswell, who's the Carmen's Muesli Bars. Started out in her kitchen, and she said, "Why would you want to go to America? I once shipped 100 grams worth of stuff over there, and it rotted on the dock because she didn't have her paperwork in order." So we realised at that point that there's so much paperwork to do just even to get a food product into America. So once we'd got through all those hurdles, getting onto Amazon, you imagine filling out an online form every day for 3 months and the computer just says no every day and it doesn't tell you why it said no.
Oh, don't.
Yeah, it's like that.
I feel sick
was
already.
Like that.
You persevered.
Yeah, just kept going. Monkey Boy did.
He's good like that, old monkey.
Yeah, he doesn't give up. That's how he got me as a wife.
So many lines. Let's stick to the hot sauce. So you've gone and you got through all these forms and you finally get listed on Amazon. And again, proof is in the pudding. People buy it once, but because the biggest hot sauce is it sriracha?
Yeah, sriracha, and there's just lots of, like craft beer. There's a lot of craft hot sauce brands in America who've been around for 5-10 years who've got a lot of fans. They're getting those repeat sales. And what it all comes down to on Amazon is the reviews. Yeah. And we're all like it. You want that social proof. I kind of want to buy this, and you read the reviews, and if people are saying what you want to hear, you buy it. And it took us 6 months basically to build up these reviews of people raving about us, and now people just go, oh yeah, I'll get that. Boom.
Did you actively chase reviews, or because Amazon does ask you to review after post purchase, doesn't it?
Yeah, we did actually. We set up these proper links and pixels, and we were able to. We don't actually get the email addresses of our customers on Amazon. So that's one thing you need to keep in mind. When people buy things through your website, you get their address, you get their name, you have them. With Amazon, we don't know who they are, but we were able to send follow-up emails somehow and request them to leave. And we made it really easy for them to leave reviews. So that's a hot tip.
So make it easy for everyone to give you money to leave reviews, to be contacted. It's just, that's business 101 really, isn't it? Amazing how many get it wrong. But so what you could do is you could communicate with them through Amazon and then have that conversation and get those reviews. I skipped over the crowdfunding, Renae. I'm interested to know when you realised that you're onto something. What did you do a crowdfunding campaign on like Kickstarter or your own website, and what were you offering?
We ran it from our own website because a lot of people don't realise about Kickstarter. They take 8% of your money and they don't do anything. They don't promote you. They don't send an email out to everyone who's backed other hot sauce campaigns. You have to do all your own marketing. So we thought, okay, we're pretty smart. Let's run this from our own website. It's all about the ticker. People just want to see that ticker going up. So we built one ourselves. And it was after Shi The Bed went viral at that Christmas 2014, 3 years ago to the day. So we ran it on our own site, and what people got was just a bottle of sauce. How many bottles of sauce do you want? And we did this amazing deal, 10 bottles delivered for $120 US, and that went off like a frog in a sock. And that's how, and it went viral. So once we got the bottles produced, I sent some to a journalist at BuzzFeed in America, and they had the predicted response, which was, oh, this is hilarious. And they made this they wrote an article that read like a paid advertorial that you'd pay tens of thousands of dollars for. That went viral. That got shared on BuzzFeed Australia and BuzzFeed UK, and then Kyle and Jackie O picked it up and made one of their staffers eat it on air, and he nearly died. And the rest is history.
Well, you've had a lot of that. I mean, it's one of those products that opens itself up to people trialling it on video, and then I think Fitzy and one of the other and Whipper, they did it. You're getting a whole lot of people, known and unknown, kind of posting videos of them trying Shi The Bed and the reaction that follows. So that's just like that marketing writes itself. I'm talking to Renae Bunster. She's the founder of Bunsters Hot Sauces, famous for the Shi The Bed product, but also there is a 7 out of 10 hot sauce and a chili chocolate, of which I've tried the 7 out of 10 and the chili chocolate. They're both ace. I can tell you right now, I don't have the courage to do the 12 out of 10. I can't bring myself to do it, and I don't want to do it just for laughs, because I think I might I may well self-implode. So we'll save that for others who may want to buy it. So Renae, I want to talk marketing because you're big on it, but just wrap some numbers around where Bunsters is at today.
Oh, we Monkey Boy, being good with numbers and pretty much only that. No, he's not even good at that.
Poor old Monkey Boy.
He's built this thing. Okay, so reporting, knowing where you're at every day is really important in business. If you don't know your outgoings and what's coming in and the bottom line, and he's worked out this reporting mechanism that tells me my bottom line every day. So we know every day we're pulling in about $8,000 plus during this Christmas period from our Australian site, from Amazon, and from our American site, and about $8,000 a day. And then we work out what we've spent on marketing, and we can see, it's working.
Wow. So a nice little dashboard to know exactly where you are. And are most of your sales done via your website, via Amazon, or through retailers?
I'd say about half retailers in Australia, and we don't even have a distributor on the eastern seaboard of Australia yet.
Wow.
This is just through sort of smaller ones, state by state, and in Western Australia, and half would be online in America.
Wow. So the upside's pretty huge.
Yeah. We're 2018. We are going to pick up a big distributor on the eastern coast, and it's really going to explode because there's probably a lot of people listening who are thinking, I haven't seen this in my IGA.
Yeah. So have you got that distributor, or are you looking for one?
We're looking. We've been stalking a couple.
Well, if there may well be one listening, how do they get in contact with you?
Hit my website. Just Google Shit the Bed. We own that. That's another marketing thing. Own your search terms.
Yeah,
we own Shit. The minute that we went viral and we made sure we owned Shit the Bed, you can see all these other people bidding on it. And it's really interesting to see how many other people just want to jump on your bandwagon as soon as you're successful. And so many people have tried to buy Shit the Bed, and the price of it's gone up on Google AdWords, but we still own it.
How much a click is it?
Oh,
Ish.
I don't know. That's a monkey boy question.
Probably $3 or $4, I reckon.
Probably.
I'm guessing.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Oh, monkey boy. Should have interviewed him. He's probably a lot smarter. I don't know. Now, where was I?
He doesn't really speak. He just makes noises and communicates through
Oh, goodness
pointing.
me. I tell you what, us blokes, we take a beating. But we move on. That's the great thing about us. Now, let's talk marketing because you've embraced it. Everything you've spoken about already really is marketing, but social media has been very good to you.
Yes, and we get it, and a lot of people don't get it. They think, I put this picture up and nobody bought my stuff. So what happens is you put up amazing content. So I put up funny videos, people watch them, and then we got a little thing called your cookie. And a lot of people don't really understand cookies, but the more videos you watch, the more you click on my website, or my Facebook page, we're compiling information on you and what you like about us. So maybe you haven't watched any of my sauce videos, but you've watched all my chocolate videos. This person is interested in chocolate. And then all of a sudden on your Facebook feed, you're going to get an ad for my chocolate. So that's the information gathering that we get by putting up good content. And if you don't know how to do that, you need to work out how to do it.
Well, yeah, yes. Probably get someone to do it if they can afford to. Any business owner listening, I mean, that's kind of you should be doing it. Not overly difficult, but it does require a bit of nous around it. Facebook don't make it too hard. They want you to do it. So what would you advise? If you haven't got a monkey boy and you haven't got time to do it yourself, is it someone you go and find, a web developer or who would you advise?
I'm actually really, really wary of, I call them snake oil salesmen. Every man and his dog is doing this. PR, marketing, digital strategy. Yeah. We'll make a video for you. Give us 10 grand and we'll go make one crappy video for you. And you see them online. They're rubbish. These videos are getting 1,000 hits and you know that this person's paid $5,000 for it. You need to learn how to pick up your mobile phone and make interesting videos and just start posting them, and you'll see what people like and what they interact with, and then you know they want more of that. People don't want to see news, really polished, flashy news stories. They want to see you. They want to see what's going on behind the scenes with you. They want to see your personality and what made you start the business. And then from that, you'll be building up this cookie pool of people watching your videos. And then when you find the right, Facebook advertising, you need to find people who specialise in Facebook advertising. Don't get a jack of all trades mob who try and sell you snake oil. Find people who specialise in Facebook advertising. Yeah,
that's good advice. Yeah, there are too many people who say they can do everything. So Facebook's been good to you. You're doing I had a look. You're doing a mix of your own videos and also just finding funny videos from around the world of hot sauce jokes and stuff that's going on, and that seems to work. You get a lot of good engagement. Are you using Insta or Pinterest or Twitter or any other social media platforms?
I don't know how to use Pinterest. I am the target demo. I'm,
Yeah, you are.
In my 30s, got a child, married, and, I don't know how to use Pinterest. I don't think it's my channel because I know who my customer is, and my customer is not that. My
who's your
customer
customer?
is blokes.
Come on,
Sorry?
you were much more verbose when you were describing your customer in our pre-interview. You tell us who your customer
yes,
is.
sorry. My customer, g'day Dave. Dave is aged 25 to 45. He's a tradie. He gets to spend all of his money on himself. He's a bit of a bogan. He likes a poo joke. And he's, quite frankly, the kind of guy I'd marry.
There you go. That's very clear, which therefore makes it easy for you to create marketing that hits Dave between the eye, right? Or eyes. He's probably got two.
Exactly.
Still, might have only one tooth, but he's got two eyes.
Sometimes he wears a patch. You know, when he's on a pirate stag weekend. Dave, I know who you are.
Love it. So that forms a great foundation for creating your marketing messages. How else do you get customers for Shit the Bed?
Really, that's how we find them, online. I don't leave my house. People ask me to go and do markets and things, and I'm like, nah, I can't. I don't want to. I'm on the couch. We really just find everyone by doing great online content and funny things to do with hot sauce. Anyone who watches that is interested in hot sauce and a really hot sauce, and that's how I find them.
Mm-hmm. How do you maintain? Because the joke can wear thin, right? I mean, it's up to you to keep some excitement around and a laugh around it, but how do you maintain interest in it?
In the sauce?
Yeah, and in the whole kind of gag around Shit the Bed, and, you know, you can only do so many videos of people crying once they've tried it, right?
Yeah, I don't know, Tim. I think my days are numbered, to be honest.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Let's be real about this.
Well,
no, we'll more products that don't have shit on the label, because we've realised that we can't even go to Coles and Woolworths and say, hey, what about this product? So we're going to be making more and more products that don't have shit on the label. But hot sauce fans just want more good hot sauce. So that's what we're going to work on in 2018.
So are you saying that you are going to remove the word shit because you want to get into Coles and Woolworths?
Not off that sauce.
Okay.
Shit the Bed will always exist.
Yep.
But we need to make more products that don't say shit on them.
Yeah, okay. Not a conversation I've had on this show previously, but there's a first for everything. Had a 15-year-old entrepreneur on last week, and now, you know, we're talking like this. It's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. So it sounds like it's been a pretty good journey, Renae. Has there been any bumps in the road where you've thought, looked monkey boy in the eye and gone, oh, maybe it's not as good as we thought?
All the time.
Really?
No, just when Monkey Boy stuffs up something and we think we've just thrown a heap of money in the toilet, but we buckled out. Like even at the crowdfunding campaign, we put in all this effort. We went to the factory, we made this sauce, and all the bottles started exploding when they were going down the line.
Wow.
And we lost so much money during the crowdfunding campaign because we had to replace so many bottles that broke. And but we made so much money. We got up to 250 grand on the crowdfunding campaign that we were able to pay for all these mistakes. But we walked away from that going, wow, we just broke even. But we had all of these customers gagging for it. We'd already found the production line. We just needed a new bottle. So that was pretty bad. Getting to the end of the crowdfunding campaign and everyone saying, wow, this is amazing, I want more. And we weren't able to give it to them. That was a low point. But then once we got the new bottle and we knew it wasn't going to smash, things have just been getting better and better and better month on month, year on year.
Great story, Renae. I think it's time to shit the road. Thank you very much. Wow, gee, you know, there's a big delay there. I thought, God, she didn't get that gag. I thought it was pretty good. But, you know, hey, is it bunstersworldwide.com.au that people go to buy this stuff?
Yeah, just go to .com. And then they can choose their region because we have different regions. So
right.
Yeah, bunstersworldwide.com.
Why did you go Bunsters Worldwide?
We used to be Bunsters Fresh, but in the process of trying to get our sauce into America, they said, you can't have fresh on the label because this product ain't fresh. It's been cooked and put in a bottle. And so
Were you talking to someone in the Deep South?
Yeah, they're all like that. Yeah,
Right. I love it.
I'm sure he had a Californian accent because that's who we dealt with. But yeah, we had to remove fresh from our label. So that was one of the just niggly little things we had to take care of before we could get into America. So then we went, you know what, we've always been a fan of the film Step Brothers. Why not Bunsters Worldwide? Because we like to, call our business, holdings prestige worldwide.
Yes, make it sound
Bunsters
big.
Worldwide.
Good on you.
Some people get the joke.
Yeah, no, I get it. One of my more favourite films, but I don't know that line in it, but I'll go with it because it's a good reason for having Bunsters Worldwide. Hey, thanks, Renae. Love your work. Look forward to seeing where it goes in the coming years.
Thanks, Tim. You are getting a stubby holder.
Oh, wow. She's never been given a gift from a guest before. Thank you.
No worries.
Well, there you go, team. Renae Bunster of Bunsters Hot Sauces and the infamous Shi The Bed. Oh, I love a good name. Hey, coming up, I share my top 3 attention grabbers from that fireside chat with Renae. Plus, we're going to cover some more marketing ground, so stay tuned. Cheap, quick, great. I used to work with a designer who'd force me to choose 2 of those 3 options whenever I wanted something designed. As a small business owner with limited funds, it drove me nuts that I could never have all 3. That's why I love Design Crowd. You see, Design Crowd is a website that helps startups, small businesses and marketers outsource custom design, from logos and business cards to websites and landing pages. In fact, Design Crowd gives you access to over 550,000 designers from Sydney to San Francisco, ready to help you with awesome creative ideas. Here's how it works. You post a brief describing your design need. Within hours, you'll receive your first design, and over the next 3 to 10 days, a typical project will receive 60 to 100 different designs from designers around the world. You then pick your favourite, make any changes, and pay the designer. Whether you're an entrepreneur looking to set up your brand or an established business that needs marketing collateral designed, Design Crowd is your answer. For a special $100 VIP listener offer, go to designcrowd.com/Timbo or enter the discount code Timbo when posting a project. See? Now you can have cheap, quick and great design thanks to Design Crowd. Cash flow in business is everything, right? That's why I'm excited to introduce you to Prosper, Australia's #1 online lender to Aussie small businesses. But don't take my word for it. Small business owner Nioli Scobie of Truly Tea won the contract to supply the Opera House and needed to quickly ship tens of thousands of tea bags and 2 tons of loose leaf tea. Where was she going to get the money for that?
Okay, well, I already supplied, part of the Opera House, and then they offered me, inside the Opera House, which is a very big deal, and I had to have a lot of stock on hand. You can't say no to the Opera House. When they place an order, they want it the next day, and those are the terms of trade, and I wasn't going to say no to them. I'd knocked back too many opportunities in the past, so I phoned up a finance guy I trusted. He said, look, there's a new player on the market, Prosper, give them a call. I gave them a call, and within 24 hours I had the money in the bank.
Prosper, Prospa. That's where she got the money. Apply online in 10 minutes to borrow up to $250,000. Call 1300 882 867 or visit prosper.com/Timbo. Righto, my top 3 attention grabbers from our chat with Renae Bunster of Bunsters Hot Sauces, thanks to Prosper and Design Crowd. Attention grabber number 1, you can be the cheapest or the best. You can't be both. I love that. You just can't be everything to everyone. Renae's very clear on that. I think the minute you try, then you become nothing to no one. You've heard me mention this before. Have the courage to own a space in your customers' minds. Wonderful, wonderful insight from Renae. Attention grabber number 2. If you're looking to start a new business or maybe just a side hustle, I love Renae's advice about identifying something that people are passionate about. Then, if you get your offer right, you are off to the races. They're going to love you. All right, so passion. Pretty obvious, really. Attention grabber number 3, know your customer intimately. What about the way Renae described Dave? I love that. Could you describe your ideal customer in such detail? I hope so. And if you can't, then do so. Very, very helpful way of creating great marketing messages that hit your customers between the eyes. Now, after the interview, Renae emailed me a couple of additional insights, which I think you're going to really love. She says, Timbo, forgot to mention another angle is Amazon. The way things are looking now, next year we'll be able to make a living just off Amazon USA sales alone. How good is that? Great for small businesses who produce Aussie products and have an international market, but looming bad news for bricks and mortar retailers down under. Yes, maybe. Renae raises the question, what does that mean for them? Either certain death, she says, or they have to step up and deliver what online shopping can't deliver. And that's amazing customer service. I'm not sure online shopping can't deliver amazing customer service, but certainly bricks and mortar retailers, Renae, need to. She goes on to say, my tip is this, be best at service. Get a coffee machine. Give your customers a free coffee and chat to them. Not even $10 a day on coffee could be the difference between wowing someone and getting repeat sales and them never coming back. I go out of my way to go to businesses where I like the people who run them. She gives examples. Food shop, give away free samples. Clothes shops, give away free styling advice. Put a sign up saying, what would you like us to stock? Let us know and we'll get it in. You can't be lazy anymore, Timbo, she says. I think Amazon is great. It's going to make lazy businesses lift their game or die. Oh, hello. I like that fighting talk, them fighting words. Anyway, that's what grabbed my attention. It's what grabbed Renae's attention. We want to know what grabbed your attention from that interview. Head over to smallbusinessbigmarketing.com/401.
Ignite your site.
Oh yes, indeedly doodly, it's that time of the show. You know, with so many underperforming websites out there, this segment is laser focused on ensuring yours isn't one of them. To get your website found and your phone ringing, we're joined by Dave Jennings, aka DJ, of MelbourneSEOservices.com. DJ, what's on your mind?
Have you ever had that experience where you visit a website and you see down in the footer they've just got hundreds of these suburb pages, right? And you click on one or two of them, it's almost exactly the same wording on each one, but they find and replace the suburb name.
What's that about?
That is trying to game the search engines. Google is so much smarter than that.
Google is quite smart. Probably the smartest person I know.
Now they're really good. They identify that as spam.
Right.
And if you've got that on your website,
You'll get spanked.
it's a ticking time bomb. And Google will spank you.
Right.
So
what would you do?
Well, what I would do, I think there's a much better way to rank for these geographic terms. You would set up case studies on your blog, and the case study would be about your clients and the suburb that they live in. So it's a great way to create content that Google loves and also your prospects will love as well.
I like that. Is that a case study on the website, like a blog post, or a case study button?
Yes, you should be running these segments yourself. That's exactly what it is.
Thank you.
Now, if people want more help, there's a 3-minute quiz that I've put together. It can help you identify little quick fixes like this that you can make on your site to make sure that Google and your prospects love you. If you want to see that, it'll give you some step-by-step suggestions on what to do. Just email dave@melbourneseoservices.com and ask for the DIY website quiz, and I'll email it to you.
Thanks, DJ. That is just one more way to
Ignite your site.
Now, you might remember a few weeks ago, we had a chat with a fellow Wally Qually from Mama's Chicken and Salad Bar, one of my most popular interviews for the last 12 months. Wally almost lost his business sitting around the kitchen table a couple of Christmases ago, crying with his parents, wondering what to do. He changed it all by creating these fantastically amateur and fun and engaging little Facebook videos, and it completely turned around his business. He was a very lovable guy too, Wally, and listener Ryan Speak, that's his surname, has kindly offered up an idea for Wally to take his business to the next step. And I'm going to share this idea with you because I think it can apply to any business. So here's what Ryan has to say. Hey, Timbo, I enjoyed listening to Wally's story the other week. It's the mark of a true champion not to quit in times of adversity. So kudos to Wally for his Gary V style hustle. Totally agree with you, Ryan. Wally could have easily given up, but he fought, came up with a simple idea, rest is history. Ryan goes on to say, I had a marketing epiphany after listening to that episode and was hoping you might be able to pass this on. Wally turns his videos, here's the epiphany, Wally turns his videos into a weekly vlog, showcasing a local DJ. Same format for each episode, a quick spiel about the weekly special at Mama's Barbecue Chicken and Salad Bar, then cut over to the local DJ where they lay down their tracks live in Wally's shop. Oh, that's good. Already we're creating an experience. Ryan goes on to say, now here's the pro tip. See what I did there, he says. Mama's Barbecue Chicken and Salad Bar does a joint promo with the nightclub Empire Club, which is just down the road from Wally's shop. Good research, Ryan. VIP club members get a discount on Wally's food, and in turn, the Empire Club promoters source artists for Wally's vlog. Love it. Great partnership here developing. Ryan goes on to say, fast forward into the not too distant future, and after becoming a social media influencer, a la Jules Lund, past guest, Wally is attracting international artists into his now world-famous barbecue chicken shop. It's not impossible. I think it's a wonderful idea. His vlog has evolved to include a brief interview piece with the local international artist at the end, where he asks his fast 3 questions and they chow down on some delicious barbecue chicken and salad. Artists receive some free swag. Wally had some merchandise for his chicken shop, which I thought was fantastic. They wear it on stage. Mama's merch sells out in minutes. Wally is now a key person of influence with multiple streams of income. Not bad for a kid who had a severe learning difficulty, which Wally did, couldn't read or write. Again, another amazing part of the story. You can listen to that interview over at smallbusinessbigmarketing.com. Now, Ryan, great idea, mate. It has been passed on to Wally. It's a big idea. I love it. I love the fact that Wally is just simply the owner of one suburban barbecue chicken shop, yet your idea is quite big, almost global in nature, and that's how us small business owners need to think. No matter how small we are, no matter how shallow our marketing pockets are, there are big ideas out there. It's all about the implementation. Ryan, I love your work, mate. He's put an address, a website address. Go and check him out. AutoMatelyHQ.com. AutoMately, MATELYHQ.com. Hey, thanks, Ryan, and good luck to Wally. Oh, see, I told you it was going to be a big show today. Big and hot show, thanks to Renae Bunster. Boy, oh boy, we cover some serious ground. You know, just last week, you and I caught up with Troy Packett, who sells fresh air in a can. A bit of I upset one of the listeners who left a comment in the show notes to that episode. They got their back up about we don't need any more packaging, particularly if someone's selling bloody fresh air in a can. Hey, and years ago we chatted with AFL footy legend Warwick the Wiz Capper, who is making the absolute most of what he's got. I really enjoyed that interview, and if you know who Capper is, you will enjoy it too. You'll find those episodes plus hundreds more over at smallbusinessbigmarketing.com, or you can subscribe free on your favourite podcast app, which means that you will never, ever miss another episode. You'll even find me on Spotify, and on all Virgin Australia flights. That's right, I keep you company in flight now on Virgin Australia. Well, have done for the last 18 months. Hey, I'd love to hear from you. Hit the contact button over at smallbusinessbigmarketing.com, where you can email me, you can connect with me on social media, and you can grab a signed copy of my book, The Boomerang Effect. Please support our sponsors because they support us. They make this show happen. Prosper is Australia's #1 online lender to small businesses. And as I said, you can quickly apply online for loans up to 250 grand, get a fast decision, and in most cases, get the funding in under 24 hours. I think I had a guest recently call Prosper their chief financial officer because they were so helpful. Give them a buzz, 1300 882 867. Tell them Timbo sent you. And check out Design Crowd if you need anything designed. Business cards, stationery, websites, T-shirts, signage, brochures, you name it. They're the world's #1 custom design marketplace where you get access to 550,000 designers and you will get a perfect design every time or you get your money back. And you can get $100 off your brief at designcrowd.com/Timbo. If you love the show, the Small Business Big Marketing Show that is, then let another business owner know about it by grabbing their phone, downloading it for them, handing it back, moving on to the next one. And I will thank you and love you forever if you do that. Until next week, I'm Timbo Reid. Thanks for tuning in. May your marketing be the best marketing. Bye for now.